Urgent, Day Bears fan. Look at what just happened. Nobody saw this coming, huh? But first, make sure to subscribe to the channel because we bring you daily videos with the latest your team news. And don't forget to turn on notifications so you don't miss anything. NFL exec, let slip what Chicago Bears. Likely planning for draft, the Chicago Bears might be one of the most unpredictable teams going into the 2025 draft. Every other team selecting in the top 10 has at least some sense of direction. Tennessee is going quarterback at 1. Cleveland and New York likely grab Travis Hunter and Abdul Carter. New England will go offensive line if they're off the board. Jacksonville will go defensive line, and Las Vegas is a favored spot for Ashton Jeanty. New York will go offense, while Carolina and New Orleans are expected to go defense. Chicago? Nobody knows. Projections have been all over the place. Some predict a running back, others see a tight end. Still, others see them going for a pass rusher. Mike Sando of The Athletic reached out to executives around the NFL to get a sense of how the off-seasons of other teams have gone. One of them expressed admiration for what GM Ryan Poles has accomplished so far. It was then he let slip what he and perhaps others around the league expect the Bears to do next. "I like what Chicago has done," one exec said. "They have gotten better. I do not know how much we will see it in their record. If they win 8 games, is that progress?" The Bears' Vegas win total stands at 8. 5 after the team finished 512 last season. "I applaud them for doing it the way they are doing it," another exec said. "You get 2 proven commodities at guard, and the head coach Ben Johnson knows," Jonah Jackson. From Detroit. "It's an overpay for the center, but they have a chance to address left tackle in the draft and come away with a pretty formidable group." This leans into the recent Chicago Bears rumors. Multiple local insiders, such as Courtney Cronin, ESPN, Brad Biggs, Chicago Tribune, and Adam Hoge, CHGO, have hinted that the team is considering the left tackles. It makes sense. Braxton Jones is entering the last year of his rookie deal and recovering from a broken ankle. Kieran Amagaji is completely unproven against high-level competition. This might be the best opportunity the Chicago Bears have to land a legitimate frontline starter at one of the most important positions in the sport. It likely comes down to who is available when they pick. New England 4 and New York 7 are both potential landing spots for tackles. If it unfolds that way, the Bears may have to alter their plans. Pausing this news just to say that if you want YouTube to keep recommending the latest The Monsters of the Midway news to you, it's very important that you leave a like on this video. Thanks. Now let's get back to the news. Eagles could trade $57 million Super Bowl champ to Bears. The Dallas Goedert trade rumors are running more rampant than ever, and it's not like Philadelphia Eagles head coach Nick Sirianni is doing anything to stop them. "Right now he's on our football team," Sirianni said at the NFL's annual meeting, per ESPN. "Obviously Dallas Goedert has meant a lot to us. We'll see how that plays out. Has a heck of a football player, a heck of a leader. We want to be able to have back as many guys as you possibly can, but that's not the reality of the NFL. We'll see what happens and how that happens, but of course, you want everyone back." Goedert is entering the final year of his 4-year, $57 million contract, and the Eagles are likely looking to rid themselves of his $12 million cap hit in 2025. Cody Benjamin of CBS Sports considered the potential trade landscape for Philly and threw out an interesting potential trade partner, the Chicago Bears. T.E. Dallas Goedert, floated as trade option for Chicago Bears Cole Kmet, is fairly accomplished at tight end in the Windy City, but he's also had bouts of inconsistency, Benjamin wrote in his April 1st column. Goedert could help offset the loss of Keenan Allen, and he's got a probable backer in the front office as assistant general manager Ian Cunningham worked for the Eagles when Goedert was drafted. Goedert, 30, played 10 games last season, finishing with 42 catches for 496 yards and 2 touchdowns. His season was marred by injuries, including a hamstring issue that caused him to miss 3 games and a knee injury sustained in Week 13 against the Baltimore Ravens, leading to his placement on injured reserve. Goedert returned for the postseason, though, and was a significant contributor leading up to the Eagles' Super Bowl 59 victory. Over 4 playoff games, he amassed 17 receptions for 215 yards and a TD. Notably, in the NFC Championship game against the Washington Commanders, he had 7 catches for 85 yards, Goddard, a 6'5", 256-pound vet, has been consistent with the Eagles, amassing 349 receptions for 4,085 yards and 24 touchdowns over 7 seasons. His ability to contribute both as a reliable pass catcher and a formidable blocker could be something new Bears head coach Ben Johnson might find intriguing. Bears looking for another TE to pair with Cole. Kmet Johnson's offense incorporates lots of two tight end sets, often utilizing 12 personnel to create mismatches. During his tenure with the Detroit Lions, Johnson effectively employed tight ends in both the passing and running games, and he's sure to do the same in Chicago. The Bears' current TE core, featuring Cole Kmet and recent acquisition Durham Smythe, would benefit from Goddard's addition. While Kmet has shown promise and Smythe brings experience, incorporating Goddard would unquestionably elevate the unit. The Bears are likely taking a young TE in the upcoming draft, but if Goddard can be acquired for a reasonable price, adding him is a possibility. So what does Goddard's trade value look like? There are league sources who believe the Eagles are holding out hope for at least a 4th-round pick for TE Dallas Goddard in a potential trade, even if said pick was from later years like 26 or 27, NFL insider Josina Anderson reported on X. However, a lower pick, more of a salary adjustment is needed for some teams to continue conversations. Either way, Goddard is a Super Bowl champion and one of the nicer people you'll speak to in the league and in that locker room. A 4th-round pick for Goddard isn't going to happen. He's over 30 and TE isn't exactly a premium position. Perhaps a 2026, 5th, or most likely a future 6th-round pick? Despite his connection to Cunningham in the Bears front office, Chicago likely wouldn't pony up more than that. The Eagles would probably have to eat some of his future salary as well. Would it be enough, or could another team swoop in with a better offer? Well, find out soon. There is an update on Joe Thuney's contract situation. When the Chicago Bears traded for Joe Thuney last month, the objective was obvious. They wanted a proven veteran presence who could help stabilize the offensive line. Thuney has 4 Super Bowl rings and multiple Pro Bowls under his belt. Has still widely considered one of the best guards in the NFL. Add in the leadership aspect he is renowned for, and the trade to get him was a no-brainer. However, there was one issue the team would have to address. Thuney only has 1 year left. On his contract, part of the reason Kansas City couldn't keep him was because they knew he needed an extension but didn't have the cap space necessary. The assumption was that Chicago did and would be able to accommodate him. Since then, not much has happened. In fact, Jonah Jackson got an extension done before Thuney did. Some have started wondering if something is going on. Brad Biggs of the Chicago Tribune provided a quick update. His belief is something will get worked out, but likely not until after the draft. My hunch is the Bears will look into a possible extension for Thuney. The fact one hasn't been completed yet is neither surprising nor concerning. The front office has been busy with free agency and draft preparation. It takes 2 to get a deal done, so obviously Thuney would have to want to sign an extension. Joe Thuney should get done by August at the latest. It is safe to assume the Bears will want him. Locked down before the regular season, one factor that might be slowing negotiations is Kyler Gordon. GM Ryan Poles has said it is the team's goal to get their standout nickel cornerback extended. They may wish to prioritize him, considering he's younger and will require a longer deal. Joe Thuney likely won't get anything beyond a 2-year extension, though it will be at a hefty rate. Everything indicates the Bears are focusing their contract work to line up with the end of Caleb Williams' rookie deal in 2027. Thuney probably won't go beyond that year. It is merely a matter of figuring out the final dollar amount. And now, Da Bears fan, I want to hear from you. What's your opinion on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I don't know if you know this, but your opinion matters a lot for Day. Bears, he'll be back any moment with more. The Monsters of the Midway News.